It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. Vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Vibe with Five is back.
Vibe with Five.
And this season, we've got a new sponsor. Who is it, Rio?
LiveScore, man. LiveScore, baby.
The ultimate app for football fans with the latest action, stats, and analysis.
Yep, and it's not just a LiveScore app. It doesn't just have lightning fast scores, but it has in-depth match stats. It has breaking news, exclusive interviews, and all your favourite teams and players around the world.
And by the way, before Joel jumps in, it's completely free to download. Free. So what are you waiting for? Join millions of other sports fans who rely on LiveScore, like we do, to be honest with you, for their daily dose of football excitement. LiveScore, download the app today.
You know what? I think that's the brilliant way to intro us for the new episode of Vibe with Five.
LiveScore. Let's go, man. What are we starting with?
I think it's only right we start with the champions-elect.
Yep, Manchester United are playing
United
Wolves tonight.
I think we should start with United. United's games tonight. What are you
I'm
expecting?
glad you're calling us that.
Are you happy?
So I'm glad you're calling us that.
Yeah.
You happy? First of all, are you happy with the window?
I think there's still more coming.
Do you?
Yeah.
What, even with the restrictions of financial fair play?
Yeah.
I think you guys will get hammered.
If we've got financial fair play restrictions, someone needs to go knock on Todd Boehly's door, mate, because what is going on there?
He's creating angles upon angles that aren't there.
Yeah. But you know what, yeah? I think he's just, we all know this, but he's getting around the system. Caicedo, that's an 8-year deal. 8-year deal.
Don't UEFA only accept a 5-year deal, though? So I don't know. Mate, he must have like 3 sets of books.
I don't know, man.
There's the books for UEFA, there's the real books, and there's the books that we're going to tell the Premier League.
Allegedly. But Man United, I know we haven't played this week.
Nope.
We're going to touch on you guys. I was there live at the Arsenal at the Emirates.
Come on! I heard you was getting some stick, by the way.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. You know Arsenal? Do you know Arsenal? Wait.
In the pressure.
You know, before a ball's even kicked you, I think you're paying people at Arsenal, right? I went there, yeah. I got a good rapport with the fans at Arsenal normally. I went there, behind the goal, yeah. Arsenal, there's a little, I reckon about 20 guys who have set themselves up, bought matching T-shirts and have tried to kind of become the Arsenal ultras. Mate.
A whole 20 of them?
There was 20, maybe 25, yeah, but they were the ultras. They were loud, they had a big flag and stuff like that. They were trying. I mean, I was at Milan last season in the Milan Derby, in the Champions League semi-final. This was nowhere near it. They were way off, right? But I had to walk past them to get to my spot, yeah? And they started giving me a little bit of grief, like veins out there and neck. I was thinking, bro, what about your team?
Yeah.
But it was nice. I don't mind a bit of banter.
I heard you gave a little bit back still.
Yeah, I had to. Come on, listen about. But no,
so
you know what?
funny.
It's nice. I like the banter. Don't worry about it. But these guys are like they're going to try and kill me.
Oh, is it? Was it that
that's
serious?
how they were going. I said, listen, bro, relax yourselves, man. You got a couple of black T-shirts that match from Primark. You're cool, and they all of a sudden become ultras. I couldn't believe it.
It's funny because they feel like they're doing me a favour when they'll come and we're sorry.
A few of them, I see that. Yeah,
I was just thinking, mate.
The last time there was an atmosphere at the Emirates was when they ran out of Cabernet Sauvignon and had to serve Merlot instead.
Back to Man United, Rio. So yeah, you're playing Wolves tonight.
Yeah. Demolition job.
They look all over the place, man. I mean, when I say all over the place, they've lost a few key players.
So hang on, a few.
Read them out. It's there.
They've lost a rate load. So Lopetegui's gone. He obviously had a meeting with the board. It was Tuesday, wasn't it? And he was like, so see all of them that are going? Are any coming the other way? And they were like, no. And he was like, all right, cool, I'm off. So Neves is gone. They've lost Nathan Collins, Conor Cody, Jimenez, Adama Traore, Moutinho, Diego. Honestly, like that's basically their starting 11.
Yeah, but Diego Costa was never cutting it. Nathan Collins, he wasn't like a star player, even though Culture Cams is saying this season is the season for him, so he keeps banging on about him. We'll see how he does at Brentford.
They've lost some
Conor Cody
players.
went way before the summer, so that's why I said a few.
Mate, Moutinho was a influential character there.
Yeah.
Neves was the best player.
Yeah, he was.
Jimenez, the goal scorer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cody was out already, but Neves was their best player.
Yeah.
You bring your boots on Monday, you might get a game from him.
It's heavy. If Man United don't beat him tonight,
yeah, I agree. I've got that energy.
Yeah, we have to beat them. We have to beat them.
We have to hurt them.
What do you reckon?
Wolves are relegation fodder this year. They have to be treated like it.
Do you think Gary O'Neill has got what it takes to?
Well, Gary O'Neill has experience at saving clubs. He saved a club. He saved Bournemouth. Everybody, when Scott Parker got the sack, said was down, including myself. I thought they were gone. That was it. He goes in there, galvanises the change room. keeps them up. Done a ridiculous job at Bournemouth considering where they were. So you have to say they've got a fighting chance with him at the helm because he has experience recently. But I think this is going to be a tall order for him. I've got to be honest. Very, very difficult.
Back on the window, yeah. I'm not happy that Højlund's turned out to be injured.
Yeah.
And I think that's legit. That's not some sort of mind games like, we'll just say he's injured and take the pressure off him a little bit. I think he's actually injured, which is madness.
How long they saying?
No one's saying anything, which makes me think that there might be some messing around going on. Onana's going to be the most transformative signing in the league this season.
You keep saying
transformative signing.
Not necessarily the best, but the most transformative.
Yeah, I think Man United completely changed the way that we play in terms of possession stats, in terms of the progressive football through the from back to front. He can play the ball. Do you know what the big thing about him? And I said this when he signed. He isn't. You know when you go, he's a goalkeeper when we've got possession. He's an outfield player in possession.
So it's like you got 3 centre backs now, basically.
Yeah. And he will take pressure at any given moment, doesn't get flustered, and he can play over all distances, short and long. So I agree, yeah. Martinez is going to feel better with him behind him, I think, in terms of getting the ball and receiving the ball, and he will play the ball into midfielders, not a problem. When they're under pressure and say, give it back to me, and want to take it and then bring that pressure on where there'll be spaces beyond that he can find. So, and I think and I know where you're going to go with this, Joe. And I think don't be surprised if there are some mistakes when this happens, when you're trying to play risky football like that. But that's the way Erik Ten Hag wants to play. You look at Ederson in his time at City, made mistakes through playing and overplaying, which is part of why the Pep's team are so good. They've got to take risks. The more risks sometimes you take, the risk and reward element comes into it.
What?
I got everyone on the manners, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Bro, he ain't won nothing to have anyone on the manners.
Listen, trust me, man. When that guy starts getting logged on a regs, just, like he did from the halfway line, risky football, I'm going to be right there to remind you.
Yeah, but if we score, if it's a net positive at the end of the season, and we score more because we've got more possession, and I think he's actually going to get an assist this year. I've seen it. I've seen that flat ball into the channel, left wing, for Marcus to get in behind the defence. I can see it. It happened a few times in pre-season and didn't quite come off. It's there. It's going to happen at some point.
Do you know? I can see. I think this is the exact way that Erik Ten Hag has thought about Onana. I think he's thought, I've got the goalkeeper that won the Golden Glove last year, made big saves for us and won us some points. But I'm going to change him.
Lost us a lot of points as well, by the way.
But I'm going to change him. And everyone in his recruitment said, well, why? You got David De Gea. And he's gone, because we probably conceded some goals and we definitely conceded chances based on the fact that the goalkeeper, distribution-wise, wasn't as good as what I want. So I'm going to bring in a goalkeeper whose distribution is top class, and we may then see our defence under less pressure because he's so comfortable with the ball, and we'll get out of tight situations rather than give the ball back to the opponents, which means that they get more opportunities at our goal. I think that's exactly how we've seen it, and we'll see how that plays out.
You said that in a nice way, but what he's saying is David De Gea is out here costing us mistakes, making the wrong pass several times, and he can't handle a lot of pressure. He can't. In general, no, he can't. No, he can't. When the ball comes out, he doesn't know what to do. You can see it. It felt like, even though he won the Golden Glove and everyone holds on to this thing, when he receives the ball, away fans, we go, oh, because David
De Gea's feet aren't as clean, as good as a lot of other goalkeepers. That's a fact.
The majority.
But saving the ball, this is the thing, this is the conundrum, isn't it? But saving the ball, the geezer's up there with the best.
Yeah,
he's an unbelievable shot stopper.
So, no, he is. But the game's changed,
But the game's changed, and we're going to see more teams, I think, go, right, look at Brighton. They had Sanchez. He's just signed for Chelsea for what, 40 mil or whatever it is.
That's why
he was the first choice goalkeeper. He was playing for Spain. De Zerbi comes in and says, I'm going to take a 30-odd-year-old geezer that no one knows and play him. Why? Because he's unbelievable with his feet. And that's the first thing I look for in a goalkeeper.
That's mad, isn't it?
Crazy, the game's changed.
I think people are looking far too much at just how comfortable they are receiving the ball. You might have mentioned it a second ago where you're talking about him playing into midfield. I think he'll break lines.
100%.
And I think one of the things that I've seen recently, one of the biggest examples was just pre-COVID, United played City. Did Bernardo Silva score a hat-trick at Old Trafford? League Cup. United got boxed in by City. Phil Jones played, actually, and they targeted Phil Jones. And De Gea didn't have the bottle to go long with it because he started going long with it, and it was just basically just passing it to City.
I don't think it's even bottle. It's just having the ability or the the ability to see these things because he's never been asked that. He's the goalkeeper in the middle of the transition period of goalkeepers, and there's only a few who are going to be able to adapt to that. Edwin van der Sar would have been able to adapt to that. He was great on his feet.
Yeah.
David, unfortunately, he's been seen to say, "Listen, as a manager, I need something else." Joe Hart, Pep comes in, he's England's number one. He got told sit down. Yeah, but that
was more to do with ego and
no, it wasn't. Kind of stuff. It's footballing. It's pure about playing football. Purely, nothing to do with ego. He came and said, "You're not going to play for me."
Leno, same thing.
They bring in Bravo. Was it Bravo?
He was pants.
So what I'm saying, he's not even brought in like one of the ones that everyone was going as number one goalkeeper. He's done someone who can play football the way I want to play.
They brought him in because of his high pass completion.
Yeah,
that shows you that they were looking at the pass completion.
Yeah, goalkeepers' positions evolved massively.
Gone.
But United, listen, Wolves, big game coming up, first day of the season. You want to show people what you're about, and I think the likes of Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, even playing as a false nine in
he's
pre-season.
Done well,
He's looked sharp. He's looked sharp.
Spicy.
So we'll see what he goes with first day of the season. Bruno, captain now. There's players now. We want to see what you're about new season. Captain of Man United. Is it going to hinder you, or is you going to grow? Like we asked about Odegaard. What's it going to be? Odegaard grew last season. Will Bruno go on another level now? Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of questions.
Are you not going to miss players like Fred during the course of the season? Because
that's why I don't think we're done.
Because you're going to get rid of a couple to enable us to go and buy one or two more.
Who else is going? McTominay?
I think maybe one of Fred or McTominay might go.
Well, Fred is already practically he's gone.
Yeah, gone. So I don't know if they'll sell McTominay as well.
I think it needs to be
Maguire.
Quite a big dosh for McTominay.
Maguire's not. It's not officially announced yet, is it?
No, Maguire's. If he goes, then I think we've got money then to go and get
they're talking about
Amrabat.
Yeah. I think Amrabat's
good player,
exactly what we need in midfield. We're also linked with Amadou Onana. Which I'm here for, yeah. I like him. I think he's
he's tough, you know. Nah, Rio, he's a decent player. I'm telling you, man.
He ain't going to start, but he's there for certain times, certain games.
I promise you.
He's your McTominay upgrade.
Can we write this down?
McTominay upgrade.
He's got a pen for me.
That's what I said.
I need a pen. I need to be noting down some of these outtakes that Rio says this season. So then when he starts slapping, and then Rio's like, "Oh no, I told you."
What's going to happen? Someone's going to be listening on the radio at some point, and it's going to go Onana. He's going to play it in the midfield, and he's going to go Onana. Onana has a shot. People are going to be like, "What is going on?"
Rio, I promise you, yeah.
I'm here for it.
The guy's a baller. The guy's a baller.
What is he? Tell me what he is. What is he? What type of footballer is he?
Well, first of all, I'm talking about his attributes. First of all, he's very strong, right? He bullies people in the midfield like easily. He makes people look like kids, and it's the strength you need. I think especially if you're going to get rid of Fred and potentially, let's just say McTominay, you guys need a destroyer in there. Besides Casemiro, he loves getting sent off and missing loads of games. Everyone else in that midfield doesn't have that grit.
Onana is not a holder.
I didn't say he was a holder. I did not say he was a holder.
He's not a destroyer.
No, he's an 8. Joey is.
He can destroy.
Souček. He's just a similar version of Souček. He's not going to be progressive.
What have you got Mason Mount for then?
They're nowhere near the same. You can't compare Mason Mount to
Onana.
No, he just said he's someone who can get up and he's going to be able to get goals, etc. from midfield.
No, I didn't.
What did you say?
I said he's not going to be able to do that.
Is not for him.
He's not going to do that.
No. You're saying
what's the date and time, please?
Every single attribute that he just said that why he likes him is why that's not Ten Hag to me. Ten Hag's about playing.
I still think you need that option.
Playing through the lines, playing off angles. Steve's right. Like
August the 14th. Bro. What time is this we're recording?
I think he has really good attributes, but I don't think for Man United.
12, 15.
I see it. And
it's like Fellaini.
Amrabat's not that.
That's like buying Fellaini.
He's not that bad.
For Man United.
He's not that bad. He's got more range.
Fellaini had unbelievable attributes. Unbelievable attributes.
And that's why I said attributes and I didn't say position.
He had great attributes, not for Man United.
That's a good point. But I like him as a player.
I think Onana's a better footballer than Fellaini.
That's also true.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
He's basic.
Is he more effective than Fellaini?
Well, that's an
argument. No, he's not.
That's also true because last 10 minutes, you're bringing in Fellaini.
That's a footballer. Amrabat is a footballer, and I think
we're not talking about Amrabat.
I know we're not.
Talk about Onana.
I was moving it on.
No, we're not talking about Onana. You think?
Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. 5 with 5.
I think both. I take both different attributes, different
Onana
reasons. I take Onana and Amrabat, but Amrabat would come first.
Amrabat all day.
I agree with Steve.
Much better player.
But I actually agree with what you said. You ain't seen him enough, man. I'm telling you.
Onana? Yeah. I've seen a lot of Onana.
Really?
Yeah. I see his debut as well against Aston Villa Park.
All right, calm down.
And he's got good attributes. He's athletic.
Yeah.
I think he could be more like Fellaini, get into the box and score. I think he could do that, yeah? But he's not clean enough.
More of a ball player.
He's not clean enough.
Yeah, boy, we'll see. We'll see if it actually.
You're talking like he's silky. He ain't got no.
He's not silky. You need a dirty game, and I think he's there for
There was not once when I mentioned his attributes that I said he was
silky.
silky.
No, the way you're moving like he's silky.
You know
he's a baller.
not
A baller to me means like
he did
he's
say
silker.
baller, and I don't agree with that.
But no, baller does not necessarily mean silky.
It should do.
It should do. That's the connotations that gives it is like ball playing. He's a baller.
But predictions.
Joe I would like though.
Who?
I've seen us linked with Pavard, and I am here for that.
All day long. Can play centre, can play right back.
But do you know what I see?
Delivery.
I see United going to 3-2. City have gone. Martinez step in alongside Casemiro. Pavard moves to the right.
I'm here for Pavard all day long.
Yeah.
Shaw, Varane, Pavard. Martinez steps up into the 6. Now we're talking. Onana's playing it straight through into Martinez.
High five me for that stuff. That's what I'm here for.
How are you going to high five him after you just finished arguing?
Analysis, Joel. Try it.
He went arguing about Onana like you.
Here we go. When's Ian Wright coming on to back me, man? All these United fans. You know what I mean?
It'd be fair to him. He's at the Women's World Cup. He's busy.
Yeah. But we need him back, though. We need him here.
Don't worry.
You know what I mean? You cooking it, yeah?
But Man United...
Yeah, that's the
we'll start the season with 3 points. 3 points.
Do you know what we're going to start doing as well on Vibe with 5? We're actually going to start putting up the post-match interviews as well. We're going to start reviewing them. Sometimes we're going to have straight post-match reviews, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting stuff. So, guys, keep on watching. Let's move it on to Arsenal Football Club.
I was there. I was there.
Listen,
it weren't all plain sailing, by the way. There was some bums twitching in that stadium.
What is it about Arsenal starting strong and then like
finishing? Yeah, it was like the way they finished that game the way that they finished last season.
That's exactly what it is. 93% of the time it works every time.
80-something percent possession, but almost folded late doors.
And Forest had chances.
Yeah. Elanga came in and smoked the right hand side assist.
Timber injured.
Timber, what happened, man?
Big signing him.
Can I just say, you guys are the biggest haters around you. I haven't even announced who they played. I haven't announced the scoreline. You guys are, but Arsenal.
Joel, it was Friday night.
We're well over it. It wasn't Friday night.
Was it?
It was Saturday afternoon. Exactly. Listen, man. Worry about your own team.
No one's worrying. We're talking about Arsenal. I can tell,
because the way you're talking, there's a vim, there's a hate in there. Because you know we're challenging. Listen, prior to Eddie Nketiah
you will challenge. This year you will challenge.
Eddie Nketiah, if you want him out.
No.
£700 million spent.
Can I finish?
You better challenge.
Can I finish?
I saw Eddie. I said to Eddie, when you coming on, man? He said, yeah, man, definitely in the season. So Eddie, shout out. We'll see you soon, yeah?
Come on, Eddie. Listen, I saw him at the fight as well.
To face up Joel and listen to what he said about you.
Listen.
Let's see if the energy's the same when you walk through the door. Eddie.
I keep it real, yeah.
What?
There was a season where I weren't sure. I thought, I don't know who's
You said Eddie out.
No, I did not say that. Don't say things like that on the show, you know. Don't lie.
You said Eddie out.
You lot are taking a mitt. You lot are out here.
You said he's not good enough for Arsenal, but we want to win the league.
I said I don't think he's ahead of Balogun at the time. So. But if you look at last season, we didn't win the league, right? No one's saying it's because of Eddie Nketiah. They'll say it's because Saliba got injured, blah, 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 blah. But Eddie Nketiah did what he could.
It was because you weren't good enough.
10 plus. Yeah, but I'm talking about him specifically, yeah? The guy's a goal scorer, man. I expect an England call-up. Are you laughing?
An England call-up?
Yeah, I do. I'm being serious. Because if you think of it...
Okay, you got Kane up front. Who else?
Kane, Tony's out. Right,
Callum Wilson,
Watkins.
Yeah, if he's starting games for Arsenal, he's going to be in contention if he's scoring goals. 100%.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin injured as always.
I'd hate to be a number 9 for England now. Would you?
Like I'd hate to play for England without fucking Ready Salted Crisp eating weirdo.
Yeah. Anyway, so for me, I don't want no Eddie Nketiah slander on this channel or anyway.
The only person who slandered him was you.
We've never ever slandered Eddie Nketiah.
Nah, man.
Only you, bro.
And Steve. Nah, I weren't slandering. You guys need to stop this. I weren't slandering.
Do you know what?
I just said at the time, Balogun was ahead of him.
Arsenal, when you scored the goal, it was just like there was nothing really going on. But that's what you guys have got now. You've got the ability to turn a game on its head just like that. And Eddie come out and an unbelievable bit of skill from Martinelli, he was really good on the day as well. And then you got Saka that turns up and just produces that one moment. And you think, wow. He is a difference maker in your team. Like if you're looking at a player who can decide games and they have a huge importance to your team, Saka,
agreed.
He is phenomenal. And I mean, listen, I think Mikel Arteta is creating a culture there geared towards winning. I went to the training ground middle of last week and done a piece with Declan, and it's the messaging around the training ground, whether it's quotes on the walls, words on the walls, whether it's the messaging from the coaching staff and the manager specifically, that it's geared. You can see he's gearing them up to have that mindset to win. And the players that he's recruiting are coming in and going, like Declan was saying, listen, man, I've seen stuff in 4 weeks that have just changed me completely.
Wow.
Like straight up, like I could see that his energy was like, he was so excited to be there and for the season to start. And when you've got players coming into that environment, you think to yourself, these guys are going to have a chance. I think Arsenal are going to go close this year. I got to be honest.
So would you say, I'm not asking you yet, Steve, what you saw, do you reckon that's an environment where you think, you know what, they could actually win this? I
think Arsenal are putting themselves in the best position possible. I think that they've got their recruitment this window was tremendous.
Fantastic.
Although they've lost Timber now for how long we don't know, but it was great recruitment. I think, but and they got it done quick and early.
65 million on Kai Havertz. I'm not accepting that's great recruitment.
Mate,
but Kai Havertz though did okay. I think he's pleasing on the eye when you see him. I think he didn't get into any rhythm or consistency at Chelsea, but I think you've got to look at the club he was at the time.
I don't see how he fits. I don't see how he improves the Arsenal team.
I think he does, even just the squad depth. He can play four positions.
Yeah, versatility.
You can play four positions.
And he offers us something different. In that box, if he's playing as a false nine, who you got in there? If it's him, if it's not him, you got Eddie Nketiah, short, my height. Gabriel Jesus, my height. There's no Trossard, my height. He gives us something different.
He can play off the wings as well. He can play in the 8 as well. Like the way they play the 8's really high. Yeah. I think Declan as well. He's going to have to evolve in this team, and he's learning a new way of playing. Even he said something to me the other day. He said, "Rio," I said, "What's the manager giving you, man?" He went, "Even just the fact of telling me how and when to stand still." I was like, "What?" He said, yeah, just standing still and let the game sometimes go on past you, and then the ball would end up coming. Like he said, like just little details that are helping me to improve and to see the game in a different way. If I move here, someone else, it's just like the rhythm of the team. And you can see that when they play, man, the way you guys play, there's a good rhythm in the way that you guys play, but you're going to have to go some again to wrestle this championship off the guys in Manchester City.
And I think we are definitely the team to challenge them this year. I'll be honest with you. We had a live show the other day, which went really well. Thank you very much for those who saw the show. You can check it out after the show. Great atmosphere. Thank you for you guys coming out. We're going to be doing more live shows. You guys are invited. But yeah, even during the show, I said, you know what? I reckon City will win. And I was trying to be coy. You know, I didn't want to say too much. I thought, let me try a different approach. Went out on with that one. I was trying a different approach. But what I saw on Saturday, Rio, my God. I was messaging you and Harry Pinero during the game.
Well, from your team?
Yes, brother. Fire, bruv.
What? Fire?
Arsenal. Listen, forget the last 15 minutes. Forget the last 15 minutes.
Forget the last 2 months.
Forget the last 15 minutes.
This is your problem with you boys.
Wait.
Let's forget the bad elements and just talk
the last
all positive.
15 minutes.
Let's just talk about when we won, not when we lost.
What you're meant to do sometimes is concentrate on where you were going wrong.
Let me land,
Go on,
man.
Then. Land.
Forget the last 15 minutes and forget the first 25 minutes, all right? Everything in between, yeah?
Wow. This is Arsenal. This is an Arsenal take.
Everything in between was 10 out of 10.
Can we clip this Arsenal take up?
20 years of just...
Honestly. Rio, we were superb, man.
You wasn't superb.
We were strong. We was in control of the game. That's what you want.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. You were in control of the game and then lost control of the game. That's the concern. You don't want that.
You're in control of the game and they have better chances.
But you want to know what though?
What?
I'm not worried.
It's not.
Do you know why I'm not worried?
Because you're deluded?
No, because Mikel Arteta, these are the details that he's going to sort out.
The one you wanted out?
No, I never wanted him out.
What?
Don't lie.
You're on a documentary on Amazon saying you wanted him out.
You liar.
Third party proven.
That's his second lie of the show. We're 30 minutes in.
So the third one's coming up and asking about Ramsdale in a minute.
Listen, that weren't me. But yeah. What was he saying again, mate?
Flustered. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move Arsenal on. Let's move on.
But just to say, we are winning
top
the
4
league.
this year.
Top 4?
See,
what?
We're
there for the league, baby.
Oh, okay.
Do you reckon Forest will stay up?
Yeah.
I was with one of their fans from their fan channel, Wolverine, his name is. Nice guy. Knows his stuff.
Oh, yeah, you sent me the
They
message.
seem very, very worried, the fan base.
Really?
I think there's a lot worse than them.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think there's worse.
I spoke to, before we move on, I spoke to Ola Einar, who's their left back, after the game. Really nice guy.
He started the game really well until the goal.
Well, I'll tell you what, he, without saying too much, he goes, "That's a good team right there." Nah, you just said that's a good team, and I like Jacob Murphy last season said the same thing. I like it when other players, I think even Declan Rice was noted to say that.
The mad thing is Onana. So mad, and talking about him just individually as a fullback. The first 10, 15 minutes, I was saying in the studio, Saka's got a tough game here because physically he mashes him up and he was nicking the ball off him, blocking his passes and blocking his passing lanes in the first 10, 15 minutes. But this is what I'm saying about the elite players. They find a way. He then comes inside the pitch and if you're not on him quick enough, punish.
But what could you do though? That just looked like that was... What would you have done in that scenario?
I've got to be honest, I'm just showing Saka down the line.
Yeah, but you show him down the line, he comes inside and he bangs one in from outside the box. So what can you do?
Inside. I know it's easy to say. I'm just saying, but also it's the team. It's not just me. I'm saying to my midfielder, the moment he comes inside you, because I'm going to overcompensate, and I'm sending him down the line the whole time. But the moment he comes inside, and he's probably going to get a yard on me if he does, but most of the time he's not. The one time he does, you need to be there. And the problem was, he watched that goal, the midfielders and the centre half don't come out quick enough. And when you're dealing with top talent like that, you get punished.
So then that's not Ola's fault then, really, innit? Because he did.
That.
I'm asking you from a tactical point of view.
No. It could be, because did he communicate with the guys inside him enough before the game to say, listen, be ready, like if he comes inside? Because I would show him down the line all day long. And I think that's an area where...
You show him down the line, and I think he's
get better.
It's difficult because if you show him down the line,
and you're Aina, and you've got the pace that he's got, physicality that he's got, I'm happy to do that because I back myself to get there.
I'm going to get a foot on the.
I'd rather him cross the ball than shoot.
He's a tricky customer.
But that's when you're playing against the elite. They'll ask you them questions all game, and if you're not good enough and you haven't got the legs to be able to stay with it and the concentration, you will get hurt.
Yeah. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Really interesting game. That was good, innit?
It was.
Good one all game.
Interesting's the word.
Two teams that are all over the place in the transfer window, ain't got a clue if they're coming or going. They're doing the okey cokey on Caicedo, both of them. Fans they're up and down, like unbelievable. They don't know. 1 minute they think they've got him, and the next minute they haven't. Todd Bowley's come over the top. They're all over the place.
It's still, I'm laughing because Steve's FFP comments about Chelsea always get me. So, go on.
I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think they care how they're doing it. I saw something before. They can field an 11, right, worth £806 million.
806.
Yeah, they're this close to having like multiple £100 million midfielders. Lukaku they paid 97 for. He's technically still on the books. Kepa was 72, technically still on the books. Cucurella was 60. Chilwell was 50.
Fofana 60.
Fofana was 75, 70? Wasn't it?
Oh, isn't that with add-ons though?
Oh, no,
did you like what you see from both of the teams?
I think for Chelsea, I was surprised because Chelsea are the team that I worry about the most. Sometimes I joke with my Chelsea mates and I go, "Oi, do you even know all your players?" Like, because
it's mad that they spent $1 billion. Yeah. And you look at the team and go, how are you putting that out? Like,
but that says something about Poch because don't forget all these boys, there's some really, really, really young kids. If you look at Disasi, come from Monaco, but he's hardly had any time to integrate. What a performance. Do you see what I mean? Like, obviously...
The recruitment's crazy though. Like,
they've got some good players.
That other centre-half there, they bought...
Badiashil's good as well.
They've got so many defenders and no midfielders. Like, I'm surprised they don't.
But we're saying Badiashil, I don't know his status, whether he's injured or whether he's dropped, but they had Colwell playing yesterday. Great talent. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was his best game, if I'm honest, but in general, the talent there is sick. That Chukwuemeka guy, that baller. So I look at Chelsea, I generally think they could be winning the league. If they've got, not this season. You give it 2-3 years.
That would have been a hot take.
Come on. Give it like 2-3 years, because anything can change in a year, by the way. Give it 2-3 years.
I get what you're saying, because they've bought a lot of potential. If the potential comes to the floor and flourishes and improves, etc., then they're going to have one of the best squads about, because the amount of players that they bought, and they're all big talents, no doubt. But it's whether that Pochettino can mesh them players all together and get them singing and dancing at the same time. That's going to be the big if, but, or maybe. But in terms of the way that they're going to play, the intensity, you got a conductor in there, by the way, in Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah,
that's a baller.
He can play. He can play, man. And he showed yesterday again that he although last season when Brighton come to town, Caicedo put him in his pocket.
Caicedo did that to a lot. Caicedo did that to a lot.
They get him and they put him together.
Caicedo put you guys in pockets as well. To be
but I like Chelsea. You know what I like about Chelsea? It's Pochettino. I think he's going to drive a great environment there. The culture is changing there, and really going to get a team that are going to really work and play for him. I think even Chilwell, we saw a different element to him. I think Reece James becoming captain, Mr. Chelsea now. I think talent undeniable. Growing, can he grow into that leader role now? That's the question about him.
Can he stay fit?
I mean, he came off yesterday, but I think Pochettino, to listening, was tired more than anything to do with it. It wasn't injury, so hopefully that's the case. But I think that Chelsea have got potentially a really, really exciting squad. But this season, I think will be too soon.
Before you move on, I have to say one thing that I've experienced firsthand when we spoke with him in Qatar. You know, that day when Steve came in and forgot that he wasn't a Pochettino fan. That day.
Hugged him up.
Hugged him up in that. Anyway, and then he posted him on his Instagram as well. Anyway, his presence, Rio. He bops around that place like, I am the boss. I own this place. I never thought Potter had that at all. You know, I think even Frank Lampard, there was a question, mate. Yes, he's Mr. Chelsea, but it kind of felt like he definitely was interim.
Has Potter gone anywhere yet?
No.
As well?
Potter gone anywhere yet?
No.
No,
Pochettino's got charisma. He's got a presence. He's got the ability, I think, to bring this young squad together. He's shown that he can do that at Southampton. He showed that he could do that at Spurs. I think he'll do the same here.
And PSG.
All of these players, but I'm talking about young. He's got that was an established squad there. I think that he's got young players who are impressionable and need guidance, and he is a perfect fit for Chelsea in that sense.
Klopp.
Well, they got dominated with the ball.
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool got dominated with the ball, which you don't see that a lot. Liverpool generally hold the ball against everybody.
They look dangerous first half though.
Yeah, I thought it was the way they were pressing. I thought was interesting in that 2-4-4. Danny Murphy touched on it a little bit, and it's risky. And I think it's risky asking Van Dijk at the moment. I don't know if we fully trust Van Dijk to play 1v1 on the halfway line at the moment.
Like before, innit? Questionable.
Jackson was motoring away from people, even Konate a couple of times and stuff. But it'd be interesting to see how they do. I think that Liverpool, man, it's good to see
why they want another midfielder. Though.
Yeah, they had not one defensive-minded.
But that Szoboszlai guy looks proper decent.
Yeah, I like him. But they're all attack-minded midfielders there. Can they get through a season without a defensive-minded midfielder?
Yeah, even if you put Trent in there, he ain't defensively minded. He's playmate-minded.
Yeah. No, I'm really interested to see. And obviously, they've got a few players to come back still.
Who scored yesterday for them?
Liverpool, Disasi and Diaz. So yeah, that was a big goal by Diaz.
Diaz is a big addition because he's injured most of last season. I think it's a big season for him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Moving it on, Man City, very quickly.
Bore off, honestly.
Yeah, it's boring.
Make it interesting.
It's boring now. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Haaland comes in and gets 2 touches of the ball in the box and scores 2 goals day one. Great for my fantasy football team and probably 95% of everyone else is out there. Makes it boring.
You forgot to say, he loses a final the week before, comes back the next week.
No, he lost a pre-season game, mate.
He lost a shield, not even a cup.
Relax.
It's a final.
A shield that you serve fruits and veg on at the end of the game.
Well, thanks.
How did you qualify for that final again? By losing.
Thanks to Man United for
how did you
giving
even
us
get
this
in
trophy.
that?
Because you guys didn't do your job.
No, how did you even get in the Charity Shield? What?
Because
you came second.
Because we came second. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Were you in it? How many have you won?
I only got in the Charity Shield when we won stuff.
How many have you won?
That's all I'm saying.
How many have you won?
I don't know. You tell me. You've been on Wikipedia. I don't count them. Well, you know when I get introduced anyway. Yeah, no one goes, oh, he's won X Premier League and X Champions League. And he's won X Charity Shields. That never, ever has been said.
That was your error because when Jose Mourinho came in and he won that, he was going.
Yeah,
got one trophy.
Why?
Because Man United
they were at a low ebb at that time. That's why.
But still counted it.
Anything goes.
Still counted it.
Jose won the
League Cup last year.
Nobody else did.
And then,
deep down, he would have frisbeed that shield.
Probably because he frisbees Champions League medals. So boy, but Zlatan as well. When he talks about his success at England, he mentions the charity shield.
Get me the clip because I can't believe that.
No, he does.
He won titles, man. Regular.
I don't get Rio.
Get me the clip.
Rio. We're knowing everything down this season, by the way.
I can't believe Zlatan would say that. I think if I explain what the charity shield was to him, I reckon that Zlatan goes, actually, if he has said it, he'll go, you know what, my bad.
Zlatan.
I was misinformed.
We won the Bangkok Cup last year. No one cares, Joel.
Exactly. You lot count the Audi Cup in your
No, that's Spurs, mate. That's not us.
You got the Audi Cup.
No.
And the Emirates Cup. We're 6 times winners of the Emirates Cup.
By the way, just letting you know, we've got 2 out of 7 trophies this season available for Arsenal. Just saying. So what? We're not going to talk about City. Kompany. No?
Yeah, I mean, I said it on the live, but
what did you say?
I think they're going down.
You Burnley?
Yeah.
Do you? I think I saw enough that they'll stay up.
They're
going to create chances just through pressing.
They are. But I think they'll get a spanking. I actually thought it was going to be against City, in all honesty. They'll get like a bad spanking.
What, 3-0's not spanking?
I think they'll get a few spankings. I think they'll get a few because the way that they play is expansive and open football.
Yeah.
But I think they'll do enough to stay up, I do.
No, I think Sheffield United, weirdly, here's the difference, right? Burnley, I think, come into this maybe overconfident because they think they can play and they'll try and play. Whereas I think Sheffield United know their shit and are just going to try and lock everyone down. And that'll grind out the points that they need to grind out.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I've seen it loads. Too many teams have come up when they've absolutely bopped the championship. They get 5-6 games in and then something happens and then they crumble and they go 4-5-1 and they try and do something that didn't get them to the dance in the first place. And they've not got a squad or a tactics set up to deal with that. If Kompany does it different and he adapts and he's got to be pragmatic, hasn't he?
Yeah,
you're not going to hold the ball.
He can't play exactly the way that he played in the Championship. If he adapts, then I think they've got a really good chance. I agree. If they don't, then maybe they could find a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Craig Bellamy said last year, right? He said on a podcast, I love Craig Bellamy, by the way. He said, it looks like we're going to get promoted. He goes, but he sometimes wonders if it's a year too soon. Like he said something like that on a podcast.
For him or the team?
For the team. So, and I never feel like I heard that and I thought, ooh, that's interesting.
Bellamy's a funny guy, you know. I remember I played against him, and he, St James's, he was at Newcastle and he was on the halfway line and we was playing. The game was going on and he was stood there and looked at me and he went, how am I playing with that? He went, how am I playing with that? Sorry, it was like he couldn't believe it. He was he used to talk in the game and chat some mad stuff. I used to think this guy is nuts, crazy.
I'm actually trying to get him on ours. Actually,
is it?
Honestly, he is sick. Like
honest guy, talks good.
I love him.
Do you know what I must say? I must shout out Declan Rice.
Yeah,
and I done an interview for him with the TNT. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out.
Is it out now?
Yeah, it's out, it's out this week. Sorry, Tuesday or Thursday. But one of the players who speaks openly and honestly. Really frank interview. He's not textbook answers. He's very open to kind of just speaking, and I think that's why he's got a good rapport with fans. A bit like Grealish, they just say what's on their mind. They speak, and they're not like governed by the press officer.
But there's a few of them. There's him. Madison's another one. Zinchenko, you sat down one of the best interviews. We've got Zinchenko back on the channel, by the way. The week Arsenal play United, really good interview. We're going to make sure that it's sick, so keep watching. But honestly, I think I'm looking forward to that Declan Rice.
There's some guys out there that do really good interviews and they just speak normally and they're not like conditioned to say the right things for the club and for their own image.
We were just speaking about Maddison drawing tour with Brentford.
I would be absolutely gutted if I was him. If I was James Maddison,
100%.
He was like, man, I'm up for 30 assists this year.
I'm going to top the assist table. I'm going to be playing alongside the England and Spurs captain, and now Harry Kane's on a runner. He was probably promised on his way in. I reckon that would have been one of his questions. Are we going to keep the squad together? Are we keeping Kane? Are we keeping?
That's how you sell him. Yep.
And they would have gone,
behind Harry Kane,
and he's gone. But to be fair to him, he played at the weekend. He done all right.
Played well.
He done all right, yeah. So he's going to get, if you're a fantasy football league player, I think he's one who will get you a few points.
Yeah.
He's actually took up that mantle of being in the half space that Kane operated in a little bit, and it does kind of work for him. But Spurs are in trouble, man, because they were so lucky against Brentford. You know, they dominated the ball a little bit, and I think Postecoglou does bring that element of the game. But Brentford looked lethal on the counter.
Yeah, they look open, man. The same old problems for Spurs. Their defence ain't good enough.
Crap.
Simple as.
Because that Sanchez
they were
twisted
so
inside out.
Lucky, so
lucky.
Who
missed it? Mbembe's missed a big chance, didn't he?
Yeah.
Might have been before half time.
But yeah, no, that's it really. I think there's a few teams obviously that played. Let's run through them really quickly. Bournemouth versus West Ham, 1-1.
I didn't see any of that
goal
game,
was good.
No, Solanke scored the equaliser. I know that.
Bowen's good. Solanke still on the big wages. Brighton 4, Luton 1. They're definitely going down. Man.
Brighton, by the way, look.
Yeah, I know. They're taking a mick, man.
It's a joke.
I know.
It's a joke, man.
Hey,
they've lost Colwell, a starter. They've lost Caicedo. They've lost McAllister.
Yeah.
Like, and you're thinking to yourself,
that's
just spine. That's the spine of the team. Three of the best players in that team gone. And you think, and they come out first day of the season. And by the way, I never wanted to play a team promoted early in the season. I used to think,
bounce going on.
They've got that enthusiasm, etc.
Wiped him away.
Smashed them 4-1. Let's talk Newcastle, guys.
Before you do, I just want to ask, why is it that United never went for Brighton Ferguson? I think he's good, man.
I just don't think
it's a lot to put on an 18-year-old, isn't it?
No, but I think he's a serious talent.
He is.
Would you have took him before Haaland?
Maybe he knows the Prem.
No, I think.
And it's around the same
Haaland's
price.
a little
I reckon.
bit more. It probably would have been the same price.
Who'd be better in long term, them two?
It's hard to say.
I think it's close.
It's hard to say.
I like
he's that good, Ferguson.
Ferguson will be top.
And
he reminds me of Rooney.
I was going to say he fits that Man United Rooney kind of.
More Kane for me.
I lean towards Rooney, but either way, I think
he's gonna have a big career.
Yeah,
Ferguson. I
don't think he's going to be there for too long. Give it 2-3 years.
I don't think Brighton, they sell when they want to sell. We saw it with Caicedo. I think you could have given them any number for Ferguson. They just go, listen, we ain't ready yet. When we know we're going to get 100 plus for Caicedo, so we don't need to sell in this window.
Well, even if he kicked up a fuss.
He didn't even start the weekend, by the way, Ferguson.
Baller.
He just signed a new contract, didn't he?
Yeah,
so they obviously had the conversation with him in the summer about you moving on pretty soon. Because I reckon United was having a sniff, at least.
I think it's best for him, forget the clubs, it's best for him where he is. Get more game time.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hone his craft. Yeah. Become the player that hopefully his potential. He can fulfill that potential a bit more there, and then go on to pastures.
2 years and he'll only be 20.
Exactly. He's 18 years old.
No, I reckon he's going to be a big target.
Can we talk about Newcastle guys?
Ooh, Tonali. Wow. Lived up to the hype, innit?
Game 1.
Emery, mate. Come on.
Do you know what's... Yeah, Emery did a matting. You was backing him the whole season, mate.
Still on. Don't worry about it.
Give him some time.
Wait till Newcastle have to start playing Champions League. Don't want to.
No, but you see Tonali, do you know who he reminded me of? It sounds a bit mad, but he reminded me of Frank Lampard. And I thought, we take the piss out of Frank, We all know he's a great player.
Who does?
No, I think he doesn't get the respect that he does. Like we dismiss him. If we go Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard, I've done this before. I know he does this. No, actually, no, he's Gerrard out. But it's like,
Lampard was a hell of it. No, he wasn't.
We just dismiss it straight away. It's Scholes or Gerrard.
I know what you're saying, but I always say if I was a manager, I'm taking Frank.
Yeah, but you're his mate. So
no, it's nothing to do with that. Scholes is my mate.
Yeah,
Stevie I work with on TV.
But you grew up with Lampard.
It doesn't matter. I stayed with in a change room for 12, 13 years with Scholesy.
Yeah, it's different.
Frank Lampard was a serious player.
If I'm a manager, I take Frank.
Because you're...
I'm getting 20 goals a season.
Yeah,
I'm not taking him over Scholes.
I'm sorry, but I think I would.
Because he's saying that because if you're looking at the management...
I want 20 goals, bro.
You could be in a club for 6, 7, 8 months. You need those goals quick, mate.
I want 20 goals a season.
You ain't got time to be having a Scholesy type player and players who can't finish. We ain't got time for that.
I can't believe.
No, I'm not...
Scholes can't finish.
Did you hear what I just said?
You said players that can't finish.
Calm down, mate. You got it wrong. I was actually on your side.
What did you say? Players that can't finish, I heard.
Listen, I said, the reason why you would take Lampard is because in a management job, you got 6 to 8 months. You never know, right?
Not that bit. Go on. Next bit I was talking about.
And then I said, if you've got Lampard, at least you know he's going to get you goals. Instead of having a Scholesy, who's probably playing passes to players who can't finish.
Can you hold on a minute? That was not said.
I did say it.
Tom, edit this now.
What's wrong with you?
Edit it now. I want to see the replay. He didn't say that. He said those that can't finish. That's what he said.
What are you talking about here?
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Can we have a VAR on that, please, people? You need those goals quick, mate.
I want 20 goals a season.
You ain't got time to be having a Scholesy type player and players who can't finish.
Having a Scholesy type player and players who can't finish.
He almost got 20 goals, or he got 20 goals that season.
Are you all right?
Serious.
I heard what you said. Because managers don't last long.
Don't talk about Scholes like that. Don't ever chat about Scholes like that ever again.
Rio Ferdinand.
I'm bringing a time hop to the table. You ready for this? On this day yesterday, right, 10 years ago, Rio, read that out.
10 years ago today. Steve. Is this you, yeah?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Me and the old man doing a proper scouting job on Gerrard tonight. This isn't me, guys. First half conclusion is he's effing shit. He's given the ball away more than anyone. Took any momentum out of the attack and genuinely offered F all. Ref, sub.
Do you know what's nuts?
What is going on here?
Do you know why you need to
That's
stop
August the 14th, first day of the season, 2013.
Yeah, but do you know why?
So you've been consistent, I can give you that.
Yeah, but you are consistent.
I put it in the group chat and no one acknowledged it at all.
Yeah, no, because it's just you. And let's be real.
I can't have the disrespect on Steve's name.
11th of August, 2010.
Okay, look.
13 years ago.
Listen, I can throw out
you
tweets
tell me
and
that
then be
you
right
can't
10
read that
years
one.
later. But
you read that one.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's be real. Wayne Rooney, at the end of his career, he had some stinkers as well. But it doesn't take away.
End of his career?
Yeah, he did.
He's talking 2013. That's in his prime.
No, you can't say his prime. His prime was not. That's not his prime, Rio. It's not his prime. He didn't. His prime was when he won the Champions League, and that went in 2000.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Right,
So
read that one out. Read that one out.
Now Carvalho's left Chelsea. You'll see how good John Terry really is. Give me Wes Brown all day. Oh God.
I said what I said.
Anyway, but I'm just
He's consistent.
What I'm saying is players when they get to that stage it's all right. Like they're not always going to be who they were in it. Like they've done enough in the game for them to get away with that. It's fine. I've seen some of your QPR performances, and you know they're probably some to forget. No,
tip top.
All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna ignore that. Stevie G, we still want you on the show. Please don't let Steve stop you from coming on.
Scholesy probably never had an appraisal like that in his career.
What do you mean?
Scholesy never had an appraisal like that in his career. Though.
Like
do you know what? I'll throw one out for you.
Giving the ball away for fun. And
I'll throw one out at you. 2012, Etihad away. Yaya Toure ran him over.
Is it?
No, but that's being run over by an individual. I'm talking about you. You're talking about he was on the ball, giving it away, killing the team's momentum, etc.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
I don't know.
No, physically, Yaya Toure just fucking.
Yaya Toure in midfield greats in the Premier League don't get the respect he deserves.
Culture Cams and Harry Pinero spoke about this on Inside Scoop. Harry Pinero picked Yaya Toure. Culture Cams picked Patrick Vieira.
As the best in the midfielder ever?
No. It was a head-to-head.
Okay.
I picked Yaya in terms of a player as a whole. Obviously, if you're looking at their Premier League careers, you have to give it to Patrick Vieira. But also Patrick, no?
If you're saying we'll take his best season over his best season, I think Yaya.
I think he could do everything that Vieira could. Yaya could do everything Vieira could do and add a little bit of spice with goals.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'll go Yaya. And I think
that's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I think it's very unfair when you go best season Rio, because if you look at best seasons, I think no one's probably had a better one than Cristiano Ronaldo when he scored like 42. But we still say the best player overall in a long span of the Premier League is Thierry Henry. Not because he was a better player, but because if you're looking at the Premier League era. So if you're talking Premier League era, I still give it to Vieira. But if you're talking player for player, like player.
Interesting that they had the best ever midfielder and the best ever player and they never retained a title. That's interesting.
It's true.
What did you say, sorry?
So it's interesting that Arsenal had the best
ever
player in the Premier League era.
And then the best ever midfielder.
Midfielder to some people and they never retained
a single title. That's interesting, isn't it?
Should we finish on that?
No, well, wait.
Why doesn't Roy Keane ever get brought up into these?
Yeah.
Because
what?
Because he weren't as good as Vieira. He wasn't. Footballing wise, he wasn't.
Okay. I'd argue one thing for Roy Keane. I'd argue.
You have to.
Has there been a more influential player for a team?
Eric Cantona. Done.
No, not for me.
Yeah,
I think Roy Keane.
I
think Roy Keane. I'm giving my opinion.
Do you know? I know Steve's rattled.
Eric's absolutely influential. No, but it's not a ridiculous statement.
No, it is ridiculous.
It isn't a ridiculous.
How's that ridiculous?
Eric Cantona is the reason for besides Fergie, right? The rollout success that you guys had in those next 6 years after he signed is because of him.
You're right. Keane was signed the year after.
Oh yeah, cool, but it don't matter. Without Eric, he won 5 out of the 6 titles that he was involved in. The only season he didn't win is when he fly kicked the fan and whatnot. But besides that, he's one of those guys where
I don't think it's a hot take. I'm just saying. I think personally, Roy Keane. I played against them both. Roy Keane. And they both played in the same team. Yeah, both made the same team. Roy Keane was the dominant player. It might have been one game, but I'm saying off experience.
But when did you play against Cantona though?
They beat us, I think 7-1 or something like that.
But when? How? But when? But what? 98, 97, 98,
98, 97, 98.
He was done by then.
96, 97.
But all I'm saying is, Roy Keane.
Done by then. Wasn't he player of the year that year?
Roy Keane was a joke.
97, he retired in 97.
People don't think. That's what I'm saying. Even he's passing. People talk about Roy Keane. Just an enforcer, just a destroyer.
Yeah, they think it was Vinnie Jones.
He's passing into the front man off the fullback, off the right midfielder, bang straight into the front man. Was a joke. His passing range was like he wouldn't play the 30, 40 yarder, but the 10, 15, 20 yarders fizzed into people that broke lines. Even his ball retention was a joke.
95% pass completion.
Unreal, man.
Kept it.
And just driven. He drove standards.
Boom. We're not better than Vieira, though. Vieira could do that. Vieira could do that. Anyway, back to Newcastle, right?
Can't argue with Arsenal fans.
Where do you reckon? No, but it's the truth.
Serious,
no, all I said was Roy Keane doesn't get the respect he deserves in this. You're like, Vieira's better. You just proved my point. Like, literally just proved my point. Because Roy Keane, for me, Roy Keane was probably the best player in the Premier League at some 2000, 2001,
yeah.
Roy Keane did some shit that I just like have my head in my hands with. And he was like an absolute force of nature. He wasn't a Makelele player. People think he was Keno. No. He wasn't that. He was a box to box. He covered every blade of grass. He was Kante before Kante.
He played a 6 or 8.
He was wicked. Everything. Look, I agree.
He chipped in with enough goals as well.
You can't say enough goals.
You can for someone that's a defensive midfielder in a 2.
He chipped in with goals.
Big goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say enough goals. Goals.
Highbury.
Yeah.
And I think it's really sad that him and Fergie pretend that they don't like each other.
But he's in the new Man United advert.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing I got to say. Roy Keane has changed. He's gone full circle.
Yeah.
He's gone from someone who used to mute the TV at dinner time in hotels because pundits were talking. He's become a pundit. He used to take the mick out of anyone who done any promo with any commercial activity, with a boot deal or whatever.
Yeah.
And now he's doing new kit launches. And I've seen him today. We got thrown in the group today with his face painted.
Really? But not just that, though.
Look at this one. One of the lads threw it in the group, man. Like, what the hell is this? Like,
are you not in any group chats with him? I can't imagine he's a group chat guy.
Nah. No way. And flipping, I see him yesterday. Daniel Sturridge was singing and that, and he was just there like.
Can I give a shout out to Daniel Sturridge, by the way, for being hilarious? And his job is to wind Roy Keane up. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Roy's facials, I could give you a rundown of what was going through Roy's head there in the moments.
Yeah,
like when he was listening to Daniel, and then you could see his eyes rolling and smirk on his face. But nah, man, it's mad. It is mad.
Yeah,
Roy has gone full circle because I couldn't have put any money at all on Roy doing what he's doing now, based on how I knew him at United.
Do you know what's nuts,
annoys me how he plays down Turin now as well, because Fergie bigged it up and now both of them don't big it up at all.
Yeah, but do you know, before we wrap it up, I was going to say, I think Daniel Sturridge, might give you a run for your money when it comes to drip check this year, you know.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, boy, the boy can dress, man. I rate you when it comes to, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't lie, he might do it still. Yeah,
there's some energy he brings to his YouTube stuff. That
he's bringing like a lot of names. Like you can see just the name tags and stuff like that.
Nah, but you're not into that. No.
I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that either. I just said drip. I didn't say he was good.
We know we can see the drip. You can see it.
No, I didn't say it.
I just like it. It's just new. It's just fresh. You know what I mean? It's just fresh.
We gotta get Daniel here. We gotta do a little drip check. You know what I mean?
I don't think I can get touched.
Really? Oh, boy, you heard it here first. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry. Fulham beat Everton 1-0.
Wait.
Shout out to you, Jaik.
Wait. No, there's something to talk about in that game, mate.
He's gonna be
Leno
pissed.
is my player of the week because he had a madness of a game. And why are Everton coming out 4-5-1 in it at home to Fulham? Sean Dyche, come on, mate. At least pretend. Opening day of the season. Opening day of the season, we're going to 4-5-1 at Fulham. Jesus Christ. There'll be 9 people at Goodison next week if you're going to keep doing that.
No, all the others will be outside parading like there'll be a march or something on, because they won't be happy with that.
I couldn't believe it.
By the way, Palace.
They deserve the win, though.
No Wilfried Zaha. They should have chances.
Wilfried
Zaha, by the way.
1-0. They'll be all right.
Wilfried Zaha. 1-0 away from home.
Boring game, though, isn't it?
I don't think we've actually talked. What is going on in Saudi?
What do you mean what's going on in Saudi?
Well, obviously,
they're gearing out for this to go over.
Recruitment's going on
in Saudi.
Anyway,
listen. I think this is the best.
Anything like this?
This is the best time to end the podcast this week because
I'm trying to talk Saudi, man.
Well, don't worry, man. That's
we've got time to talk about next week. We can
next week, man. Look, we got more shows coming out on 5. Obviously, is Steve Nash coming back?
Mate, I'm there every week. I'm not the one you need to ask.
Okay, cool. So Steve Nash is coming back next week. What'd you say? This week. Sorry.
Saying
so
yes.
Tom's saying
until
it's coming back.
It ain't.
So it's not recorded yet, but it's coming back. You've obviously got Harry Pinero's got a new show called Football Heritage, but also Beyond the 90. We're planning to get him to go down. We've actually already had him go down to speak to Paul Scholes, see what he's doing with his off the pitch, his business that he's got.
He's looking at side businesses. Side businesses are the players that played before and current players as well. So it's a sick show, man.
It's got some mad ones.
Some funny ones. You're going to see something behind the scenes. You're thinking, I didn't know he'd done that.
Scholes' the first episode that comes out.
Yeah.
Then we got Michael Owen as well.
Yeah.
I've never been to Neverland Ranch, Michael Jackson's yard, but I promise you, it's very similar. I promise you.
It's mad.
No, it's like he goes. Owen
You
goes,
sorted out Prince Boateng one yet or not?
We're working on it.
Sorry. Did I let that
we got. Rio's telling me off live on air. No, we are working on it still. Yeah.
Okay.
So honestly, we got loads
Just
coming
hurrying that
up.
up.
Actually, I've got a request for the audience. Let me know the maddest post-football career that any player is doing, because then we can go dig into.
Go find them. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Steve.
Beyond the 90. All right, guys. Joel Beya, Rio Ferdinand, Stephen Howson, LiveScore. Come on now. Signing out, and we will be back next week. Vibe with 5. Peace.